So, what you been doing?
I haven't been doing anything. Online classes, that's really it. That's it.
That's what I want to ask you about. So, tell them what school you attend.
So I go to Temple. I'm a senior. I'm supposed to be graduating this December. That's coming up. My major is sport management. So I want to do, as far as like career wise, I want to do something like along the lines of like player personnel, player development. So just like developing and like working with players and stuff like besides like whatever their respective sport may be. So just like making sure like they're like well rounded to succeed, because I know a lot of players and stuff like want to go to the league and different things like that, and it's not really possible for all of them to make it to that point.
Right. Okay. So when you chose to join that major, did you have to like start watching sports?
I feel like, yeah, I feel like even like to today, I still feel like, because like growing up and stuff, like, you know, my dad and stuff watch sports and different things like that, but I was never really like interested until I don't remember if I was a junior or a senior, but I started like getting into like that was when I was applying for colleges. So I was just searching up different majors. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was like, at first I wanted to be like what is it called? I forgot the title, but like a nurse for like babies. I was just all over the place. And then I looked at that one, and then I looked at like the different avenues you could go into with it, and I looked at like getting into the business side and different things like that. So I felt like that would be interesting. And then from there, like just knowing all the career paths I could like take being under one major, like I'm not like strict to stay in one lane. I felt like that was like a good place to go.
Okay, cool. So with this being like your last year and this whole pandemic, what was the protocol when it all like I guess went down? Did they tell everyone they had to leave? Like what ended up happening?
I feel like initially, like, so the schools are like, it was like, so okay, we got off spring break. We had like the week off for spring break. It was like Corona was like big, but it wasn't like what it is now. Like it was like speculations of it, but it wasn't nearly as bad as it is now. So like we got off spring break. I got back to Philly that Monday. You know, I went back to classes regular. We started reading, not really reading, but like Twitter, social media sites and stuff like that. Other people who didn't have spring break yet, they were like extending their spring break, or they were like telling them like just don't come back in some situations and stuff like that. So as it started to get closer to like the Philly schools, like not even Philly schools, but like Pennsylvania schools, were like, okay, maybe like Temple will follow protocol. Everybody was like excited, like sending Temple emails like, okay, we need y'all to close schools. Like everybody was happy. And then so I got back from spring break. I did like a week. I was back a week, and by I don't remember if it was Wednesday or Thursday, but either Wednesday or Thursday night, that's when they emailed us, like, you know, we're done for the rest of the semester. Everything's going to move to online. And it was crazy because I was going to come home. I had already, like, bought a train ticket to come home that Friday anyway, like, just for the weekend. And then I just ended up canceling my one to come back, and I've just been here ever since.
You just been, right. So do you plan on going back to Philly?
I mean, not necessarily. Well, I definitely have to, because I got to get like my clothes and stuff, because I didn't bring anything home really.
Okay.
Because I knew I would be in the house forever, so it was no need of like bringing
forever
a whole bunch of things. And it's like I could just wash the clothes I brought. But to go, I don't know. I mean, because like the spring semester, like I don't know if it's like all colleges, but I know like Temple specifically, like that's when like things are like lit. That's when it's like day parties, all that types of stuff. But it's like, what am I going back for? Nobody's there. Like all my friends are gone, besides the ones that like reside in Philly, and then those ones you can't even be around people. So it's like, no, not really. I'll probably just be here until things get better. I probably won't even go back when it blows over, because everybody's like home and nobody has plans of like coming back.
Right.
So that's
what I was going to ask. So it's, right. That's what's so crazy right now. So you, with you having to, you know, take classes online, is that something that you adjusted well to? Because, you know, if you wanted to be a virtual learner, you would have took went to school online. So with now having to do like the whole Zoom class and things of that nature, how do you feel about that? Or has it been easy adjustment? Oh, we have a question too.
Okay, I'm gonna answer Leah's question, then I'll answer that. No, I'll do yours first actually. So it hasn't been that much of an adjustment because I feel like none of my professors have like added like on a bunch of assignments that we wouldn't have been doing if we weren't in class. Like I feel like a lot of my assignments have even gotten canceled because they were like considerate of like us having to like adapt to all this going on, like going to school. On top of this, just besides school, this just being a pandemic and people all scared and different things like that. So it hasn't been that much of an adjustment, but I feel like with online classes, like you have to have a lot more discipline. Like you have to actually, like it just takes a lot more. Cause you know, if you get up and you go to class, so I've been trying to like keep myself on the same schedule. Like actually, like not being on Zoom in bed. Like actually coming downstairs. Sometimes getting dressed when I feel like it, but sometimes doing that. Sometimes like having my camera on just to like discipline myself and like give myself that idea of like, okay, I am in class. Cause when I do it in bed, it's just like sometimes I'll like wake up tired, like do it in bed, don't turn my camera on, don't turn my mic on. I'm just like listening to them talk. So that's not really useful. So I'm trying to like continue doing the same things I would do if I was on campus. Only thing that really changed is like it's harder to do like group projects because like for all of my classes we have like group projects. And usually we like meet in the library or like meet in like what they call like breakout rooms and different things like that. So now we have to like talk about it over text, which is annoying. But I mean, you get through it. So we use Zoom sometimes too, or sometimes we have like group chats and use like group FaceTime and stuff like that. So that works.
Oh yeah, that's good. I mean, technology has made it a lot easier to not be in the same room but interact. Right. But like you said, it's nothing like being able to say, "Hey guys, we're going to meet up here and work together." You know, that is what college is all about. Mm-hmm. So, you know, and then the question about the housing, people who stay on campus, are they getting refunds or how are they doing that? Do you know?
Yep, people that are staying on campus are getting like refunds because you pay by semester. So like they're getting refunded for, I guess, from this month forward. So I will assume like April to August. And then people who have people with meal plans are getting refunded the rest of the months that they won't be there to use their meal plans too, because like the whole campus is shut down, so you can't go to like the food places and stuff, dining halls and stuff like that you'll be able to if you were on campus. I mean, if you did have a meal plan.
Okay. Well, that's good for those parents because I know that was definitely a concern.
Right. Yeah, a lot of schools aren't doing it either. It's only like a couple that are actually like giving people their money back.
Okay. And so with this being your semester year and you, you know, having to basically take it online, back to that, will you walk or like, are you still, as far as graduation, have you heard anything about that?
I haven't. I don't think they're thinking that far ahead. Like I know I have a lot of friends that are like seniors now and are like supposed to graduate in May. They're doing like a virtual graduation. I don't know how they're doing it because they only sent that information to seniors who were like graduating in May because I'm supposed to graduate in December. I don't think they thought that far ahead, but I mean, I am graduating a semester early. So regardless of the fact I'll be done with school in December, and if I really had to wait.
Okay, hopefully we'll be good by then.
I hope so, because that's a long time. But
that's a long time from now.
Right. But I mean, if all else fails, I feel like I wouldn't be that mad because I am going to be done a semester early. So me doing it in May would kind of like put me with like the people that I know, like that are like in my grade and stuff. But yeah, virtual graduation, I would be highly upset. Like, I don't know. To be here for 4 years, so hard. And like your family has to watch you on the computer. That's bad. But I mean,
no, 100%. It's like your parents, you know, first of all, they pay a lot of money. Right. And second of all, you know, you molded this child.
Right.
To be, you know, this. Yeah, like I know I want to see my son walk. Right. So I know that's probably really hard on the parents, the families, and the students.
Right.
So, okay. So now that you're not like with your friends, how are like people like new college relationships? I wonder how those are going. Like, how have you been keeping up with your friends, or have y'all made any plans for after the pandemic?
I feel like a couple of my friends, we've been doing like little like quote unquote virtual parties like Zoom and stuff just to see everybody, different things like that group FaceTime, you know, texting, social media, stuff like that. When this is over, I'm going to go outside. We outside. We going to everything. We're in attendance.
Listen.
So I feel like it's like a weird adjustment, especially for like, not as far as like my friends who I don't go to school with, because it's like I'm used to doing this, but like the people I'm used to seeing every day, you know, eating with and doing different stuff like that is weird. And I feel like everybody had like a, not reality check, but that's all I could think of. Like everybody was like super excited at first because it's like, yes, we get to go home, we don't got to be on campus, but then as things are settling and everybody's just like, yeah, this is not it. I'd rather just go to classes. Like, I'd rather we have all these nice days. You can't even go outside. It's just,
listen, right. Or if you are outside, you're like far away from people.
right.
You can't be with anyone.
Right.
So it's that mode. It's like, yeah. I think at first, too, for myself, I was like, okay, well, it's going to be, I thought maybe an extra week or maybe 2 weeks. And then I realized, okay, this is really serious. And ooh, so I was like, that's how I feel about it. I don't know what the first thing I want to do when it's all over. Maybe run to a beach or something.
Right. I know.
So
Just,
watching all those kids, you were in Miami for spring break, right? But it was before.
Yeah,
it kind of, like you said, set in.
It was like before it got crazy. Honestly speaking, I don't even remember when it got to this point. Like, I remember, like, before, because we had booked Miami in, like, December or something. So I remember, like, before, like, we went, I forgot the exact day we went. We might have went, like, the second, third, something like that. I mean, it was, like, talked about, but it wasn't this bad. Like, they weren't, like, I don't even remember the point where things just got so crazy. Because even the week, because we stayed out there, even the week that we were out there, like, it didn't get, like, terrible. Like, people were still on the beaches. Everybody was still like doing regular spring break stuff. So I don't even remember like the point where they were like, okay, this is enough, like this is too much. It like went from like 0 to 100 like super fast.
Yeah, it really did. It really did. And it's kind of like, I mean, you know, it's time to reflect and I guess do different things, that hobbies and hell, if you just met a guy, I guess you can really get to know each other on that phone, boy.
Nothing else to do. Everybody's sitting in the house. Everybody's just...
Yes. Have you learned anything new about yourself or anything new that you like to do since you've been at home?
Not really. I've been trying to read. I ordered like some books or whatever, and I ordered like books to read about, like, I don't know, just to give myself something else to do besides school. Because like after I do my schoolwork and stuff, I'm just like, okay, now what? I sleep all day. Like, you get tired of sleeping after a while. You get tired of eating. It's just like, no. So I'm trying to like find other things to do to keep me productive, to like stay off of like just scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on Twitter. It hasn't been working out yet. We'll see though. I will try.
This morning I was like, oh my goodness. I remember I just woke up and I was like, what am I gonna do? Some mornings you feel that
like
way.
It's like the same thing every single. It's like repetitive. It's like that movie. What's that movie where like he wakes up and he's like just living the same thing every single day?
It's the same day every day.
It's like, now what? But it's like, it's just crazy because like everybody is in the same situation. Like, you know, you think of like celebrities, people like that. It's like everybody's literally in the house. Like, so it's not like. And people are still actually outside that shouldn't be, but
right. You know. But I mean, you're thankful that you have a home, because some people don't. So that's definitely a blessing. But you definitely find yourself, just kind of walking through the house looking like, So it's good to start different hobbies, whether it's like arts and crafts, music. I don't know, just finding entertaining things to do, and reading, because I don't really like to read that often. I know that's not good, but it's like,
I like to read, but I like to read like, I don't know, the kind of books I like I'm trying to like start to read like stuff that I can learn from, like stuff like, I ordered like a couple books about like women in sport type stuff, like actual educational stuff, because the stuff I like to read now, I don't even read like physical books. It's like this app I use, and it's basically like authors who aren't like published authors, but they like just write books. It's like, you know, hood stories, stuff like that. That's what I really like to read, but I'm trying to like start reading stuff that I can actually like gain like insight and stuff from. So that's the kind of stuff I wanted. We'll see how
that goes.
How that goes when they get here. But
so with your major, will you work with a particular sport, or will like how does that work? Do you have to find a sport that you like and then work with just those athletes?
Yeah, for the most part, like I really want to do basketball, but the way things are looking, I was reading something the other day that said like their whole season might be canceled. So with my like, and first of all, basketball is a spring sport, and my internship is like in the fall, so that's more so football.
Right.
So like, yeah, it would basically like I would choose one sport, and then you know you could do it at the college level, professional level, which I'm like interested in both. So whichever one, like just choose one sport, and then you could even like you could work with specific teams, which would be like specific players, or you could even like I've saw some that's kind of like similar to like the whole league, like the whole NBA or the whole NFL, stuff like that, which is really interesting with this whole pandemic thing going on, because I'm supposed to like have an internship from August to December instead of like taking classes. It's just like a full-time, like 40-hour-a-week internship, which is interesting.
Where is that
NBA,
at? Is that in Philly?
No, it could be anywhere in the country if I wanted to be. I could go wherever I want. I don't have to be on campus, so it could be anywhere in the States, anywhere out of the country, which is interesting because everything's like shut down. The NBA shut down. I don't think the NFL said anything yet, but like college sports and stuff is shut down. So I wonder how that's going to work as we get closer to like August, because I'm still like applying and stuff. But I know the last thing these people are like interested in is looking at like applications and stuff. So.
But I think they are. I mean, what else are you doing?
I've heard some professors say that it's good to like still like apply, because they feel like after like this whole pandemic stuff is over, they're going to be like going crazy to need help. Like they're going to have to get things like back up and running. So it'll just be interesting to see what they do with that too, because that's I forgot the exact date, but like by the middle of August, we're supposed to like have like exactly where we're going to work and different things like that. So I wonder if they'll like postpone it, because there's like everything is still shut down. It's like it's not like a fair advantage if we don't have anything to like go off of.
Right. Do you know what state you would like to do your internship at? Like, have you thought about that?
I want to do it. Well, I definitely want to do it somewhere where there's like a team. Like, so like it wouldn't be like, you know, like New York, like city stuff like that, like not necessarily Jersey. Like I know they have like a stadium, but like they don't have like, you know, like the New York Giants, New York Jets, stuff like that. So I definitely want to do somewhere there. And I don't know, for right now, I'm really trying to think of like places where I have like family or where I know people at, just because that would make it like an easier transition for me to go somewhere and like have like a family member, like say I came there like fam or something like that. I know people down there, just like as an initial like to make it easier, but not really. I'm kind of open to going anywhere, like wherever the opportunity is like the best,
wherever life leads you.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. Well, the West Coast, go to the West Coast so I can come visit.
That's exactly. I want to go to the West Coast so bad. I would love to be in like LA, like with like the Lakers or somebody, or even like what is it called? Like even like the colleges down there. Because I don't care if I do like, of course, like in the future, like permanently, I want to do like professional, but like college, most of the times it's not realistic to like go straight from college to like there. I mean, some people do it, but
right.
It's a lot. Like you got to build up like experience and contacts and stuff like that, I feel like, to get to that level.
Definitely, for sure. So with you coming from a musical family, what made you want to do something other, go against the grain? What made you want to?
I don't know. First of all, I can't sing, so that's one. That was out.
Okay.
What else?
But then there's the business side of things.
But not. I wouldn't necessarily. I feel like I am still interested in it, like because I know when I was first applying like for like senior internship and stuff, I wanted to do like entertainment and sport together. Like I still kind of, maybe not 100%. I wanted to before, but like I'm still kind of thinking about it. Like I always wanted to have like an entertainment and sport like firm, because I feel like the business of both of them go hand in hand. Like a lot of the same stuff that you can do with like athletes and like stuff like that, you can also do with like people in the entertainment industry. So I feel like I'm definitely interested in like the business side of that. I even tried to, Temple has a it's like a, I forgot what it's called, maybe a concentration. It's not necessarily a major, but they had an entertainment business like thing. Mm-hmm. But I found out about that, I was going to like add on to, but I found out about it too late, and it would have like pushed me back like an extra like 2 semesters to try to like catch up by the time I did it. So I was just like, I'll like leave it alone. But I definitely feel like being around that kind of like influenced what I want to do, because the same thing with like, you know, like role managing, I guess that you would call it, when it comes to like entertainment industry, is kind of like the same. You could kind of like say it's equal to like the sports industry, because it's the same thing, like managing these people and just managing day to day what they do. So I feel like it definitely had an influence, and it's not something I would like what's the word? It's not something I would like cancel out altogether, because I have been looking at like agencies and stuff to work with for internships, and like again, a lot of them are like entertainment and sports.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot of entertainment and sports agencies. Like I know they have, well, you know, Rock Nation. Rock Nation is known for music, but they just a few years back like added like a sports sector. So that's like hand in hand with each other. And a lot of agencies, especially I was looking at ones like LA and stuff like that, and a lot of them are like, they merge like entertainment and sports together.
Okay. And see, that's good to know. I think that's why it's so important when you're going to college and while you're in college to really explore your major and see, you know, the different avenues you can take and how you can combine things of that nature. I know when I went to college, I wasn't really familiar, and because I wasn't into it, I really didn't do my research. So it is good to know, like, to know what's going on, and okay, I can do sports and I can kind of sprinkle in entertainment as well. So that's good to know. So what new music are you listening to? What's the new bop?
Wait, what happened?
Wait, I can't see you. Okay, there we go.
I'm listening to everything. I'm listening to all these TikTok songs that I can't get out of my head.
The TikTok songs, yes.
Who am I listening to? Honestly, I really haven't listened to it. I'm like weird with music. Like when albums come out, I've never been like the type of person that can like listen to an album like completely through. Like I could never like sit there and like listen to something from the intro to like the last song. I don't know why.
Really?
Like I'm more of a person that's like, I mean, after I know it and like I know the songs, like Roddy Ricch's last album, I play that song in the shower every day on shuffle. Don't skip a song. Like I feel like that's like my favorite album like currently.
Okay.
But like other albums, I don't know. Like I can't. I'm the type of person, if I hear somebody play a song, I'm like, oh, I like that. Like okay, I'll listen to it. Or like, cause I have like a lot of my friends. Like I have a whole bunch of group chats where we just like talk about music and like just talk about like new stuff. So if they like sing the song, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to it. But I could never like, from like the intro of a song to like an outro, I could never like sit there and like listen. I don't know why, it's weird, but
Roddy Ricch is definitely on the playlist, and you can listen to the whole album.
Roddy Ricch is amazing. I can listen to the whole album. I put it on shuffle, and I can listen to it from like A to Z and like not skip a song. Like that album is like everything. That's probably
well, listen, and I think that's good because there's not, when the album can be listened to from top to bottom, that means it's a great body of work.
Exactly. And so many people put out, like I think Meg put out an album. Haven't listened to that besides the like I'm a Savage song, because obviously, and then she has another song on there that somebody just made a challenge to. I don't know what it's called. Captain Hook, I think that's the name of it. But yeah, those two, I still haven't heard her album. Somebody else dropped the album. I think like The Weeknd might have dropped the album.
Yep, he did.
Maybe I heard like 2 songs. I don't know. I'm weird. Like I could have all the music in the world on my phone and I still listen to like the same 10
The same thing. Me too. I'm an old head. I like listening.
Just like
to old music all the time. So, you know, and I'll download all new music, but I'll listen to old
Yeah,
stuff.
I always download it. I can't say I actually listen to it, but I do download it and it just be there. And sometimes when I'm like, oh, let me listen to this, then I might
Right.
like pick it up, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, it was great talking to you.
You too.
Do you have another class today?
No, I don't. I only had my class that was at 11 o'clock. I had this little like business meeting thing at 5:30 with this football player. It's a football player and a celebrity trainer. He's from North, the football player, and he went to Temple. And the celebrity trainers, I don't know where he's from, but they're doing like a Zoom like business class type stuff. So just talking about whatever. I've been trying to do a lot of those too, like, cause I'm in like a lot of like group me chats with like women in sport and like people in sport and stuff like that. So we just like send each other like any opportunities we might see that come up, and like a lot of like people in the industry and stuff have been doing like Zoom calls or like group chats or different stuff like that, because they don't have anything to do the same way we don't. So
Right.
it's just like I've been trying to do a lot of that, like sign up for those like when I can. So I have that at 5:30, but that's it.
So that's good. That's good that you're staying focused and that, you know, you're on the ball still, because I know for some students out there, it's a challenge. Like once they came home and trying to figure out their scheduling and just their life inside their home, especially if they're with their parents.
Right.
You know, everybody's situation is different. So it's good that you're staying focused and on top of it. And thank you again. This was a great conversation.